Hey friends, welcome back. So this is just another quick little vlog video. Things are starting to come together. Welcome to the vlog. Hey friends, welcome back. So as I mentioned, things are looking up. Things are starting to come together. Want to share a little bit of that with you and basically what's been going on the last, I guess it's been probably 3 weeks. Wow, time goes by. So first things first, got back into Alberta, did the Owl's Nest campground in Coaldale, and then head up to Severn Dam. Now there's a bunch of people that I kind of meet up at Severn Dam with. They're there pretty much every year, and of course they were there. So shout out to the mayor of Severn Dam, Mr. Roy. There's Roy and Linda. Then there's Chris and Val. I'm going to forget somebody. There's Art and Donna. I'm bad with names. And yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind the last little bit. But anyways, it was good to be there for a couple of weeks and meet up with everybody and kind of just hang out and relax. No campground videos to shoot, etc. I did fly the drone a little bit, so there's probably a little bit of that going on over top of this, because who needs to see my face all the time? I sure as hell don't. But yeah, you get the drift. So, hung out at Severn Dam, did a little work, got a few things done, and then I came down here to Brooks and met up with my buddy Keith. Keith is a very strong advocate of YouTube and YouTubers. He's helped a couple other YouTubers, and yeah, he basically offered me a powered RV pad spot to park for a couple weeks before heading south for the winter. So I wasn't sure how the weather was going to be. I told him I'd shoot him some money for electricity if I ran my little heater a little too much. But he's basically like, no, come sit here, you know, do what you got to do, get your everything in order, and you know, don't worry about it. So I'm going to kind of do an impromptu shout out to Keith here and say that he's perhaps an unofficial, let's go with that. An unofficial sponsor of this video is Keith's business, the Bobcat Guy in Brooks, Alberta. So if you are in Brooks, Alberta, and you need some landscaping, or you need some snow removal, or you need a fence built, or you need a trench dug out for, say, some plumbing or some electrical lines or anything like that, anything in that nature, he's got you covered. I'll put a link to his website and his YouTube channel. He also does YouTube videos on, like, you know, Bobcat maintenance and that kind of thing. So I'll put those links in my description, and that's a shout out for Keith, because he's been absolutely effing amazing. He's been a really gracious host. Him and Carmen are awesome. Carmen is his wife, and they just let me, you know, be here on his property and playing with Rollins on the lawn and, you know, all that kind of stuff. He actually helped me find some tires for the front of the truck, because the ones on the front were getting a little low in tread, let's say. Yeah, balder than I am. Anyways, that leads me to my next point. Basically, I've been just getting my ducks in a row. Ron's got his shots done, got new tires on the front of the truck, and I got my prescriptions refilled, at least for a month. I'm probably going to hit Los Algodones, Mexico next year, or December, whenever I get close to there. And I probably will just stock up there because it's cheaper. That said, what else I get done here? Tires, vet, a couple other small things. Got my driver's license renewed. It was sent to my address in Calgary. All my ducks are in a row. My paperwork's ready to go. We are crossing into the US of A next Friday. So basically, what's today? Saturday, so 6 days from now. And then, yeah, heading south. I will definitely be shooting more video on our trip down, and we'll go from there. Now, the extra good news is I was able to get the stuff done that I need to get done, because things are starting to come together as far as work goes. Now, that's also a catch-22, because the more work I get, the less time I have to do videos and that kind of thing, less time I have to explore. But right now, work is kind of a priority, because I got some bills to pay and some gas to buy and some miles to make, and it's needed. So what's happened? Well, The contract that I have with my old job out of Calgary is still going, but that's kind of overflow hours. Some weeks I get 10 hours, some weeks I get 25, some weeks I get 2. Like, it's pretty unreliable, don't know. I bill them for the hours at the end of every 2 weeks, and that's how it works. But now, the place that I worked for briefly in Kamloops, when I was getting together with a ex-girlfriend who doesn't want her name mentioned, so we won't mention her name. I was working there, and then when we went on the road, I continued to work remotely for them. But they weren't keeping me busy enough, so eventually in April 2019, they cut ties because they weren't sending me the work, so they were kind of overpaying me for not doing a hell of a lot. I am now back with them on a more practical, more reasonable budget / hours expectation of work deal. But they are a little different, where they prefer to go, okay, we're going to need you for 8 to 10 hours. What's the quote? I'm like, well, 10 hours at $35 an hour. Sounds fair for what I do, my experience. $350 a week. How's that? Okay, bill us every month for $1,400, and we're good to go. They sent me some work. Work's been done. Sent me some work last week. Did more work. I think it averaged to about 9.5 hours last week, and about 11 or 12 the week before. So I'm good for that. That's income number 2. Now, somewhere in the last couple of weeks, I got a message from a guy who was very interested in possibly purchasing a print of mine from my Etsy shop. And he really liked one of the old cars, old rusty cars, trees growing out of it. But his question was, if I send you my logo, can you put my logo over top of your picture, because it's kind of for my business? And I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to do that. I mean, if you're willing to buy a print, I can do that. And I said, I have graphic design experience too. I've been a graphic designer for 23 plus years, so it's not a big deal. I can do that and send you a mock-up, and if you're happy with it, then you can order a print. He comes back to me and he goes, oh, you're a graphic designer. Do you need more work? And I'm like, actually, yes, I do. So I am now, we haven't started yet. We haven't decided on money or hours or anything like that. He did mention that he needs somebody probably full-time coming up pretty quick. He's running a business out of North Carolina, and it's a very unique niche business. Ironically, catering to car collectors and classic car dealerships. He has a content management system for these kinds of clients, and it's getting busy to the point where he needs another designer, at least a designer, to design front-end stuff. Here I am. And because he's in North Carolina, that means US dollars, which will help my US pocketbook, help offset the exchange rate a little bit. And yeah, so that's in the works. We haven't started yet, like I said, but it's on the table. And then a fellow who was my boss at another place that I used to work for in Las Vegas messaged me and basically said, do you have room for more work? I said, yes. And I'm building a website for him. And he basically paid me, I think it's like, more than 2/3 upfront. He says, I know you need it. Here you go. I'm going to be the slow cog in this wheel because, people are busy and that kind of thing. So, just here's a little bit up front. Let's get started. I've already done a logo. He loves it. Things are looking good. Things are going good. I'm happy. Yes, it's going to be a big chunk of time, but like I said, I got bills to pay. I got to catch up on some stuff, and this is all perfect. So that's pretty much my update. There hasn't been a whole lot going on other than that. If you follow the channel, you would have saw the video before this, which is the Starlink video. That video is video 199. So the next video is going to be the question and answer video. If you have a question for me and want to get in on the picture photo giveaway. So yeah, 8th, 9th, or 10th is probably when I'm going to shoot that video. So get your questions in before then. You're automatically put into the draw for the giveaway. I will do that in the same video as I answer the questions, and somebody wins a print. I'm not 100% sure what size would be a decent size print. And considering that things are looking up and as far as finances go, Might even be a little bit bigger than I expected, size-wise. So, yeah. I think that's it, friends. I think we're done. Like I said, Rollins is good. He's got his shots. It was kind of funny. Talked to the vet and she said, well, if he's apprehensive about the doctors, because he doesn't like the doctor, right? Loves the treats, doesn't like the pokey part. So, talking to the vet, she's like, well, we have these like gabapentin and something else or whatever, and it's just a small enough dose where it just kind of mellows them out, and that might help. So I went and got those, paid the extra money for those, gave him the night before, and then 2 hours before the visit. And we get in there, and he was like groggy and kind of like mellow, and I kind of felt uncomfortable about partially sedating him or whatever, but if it made his visit less traumatic, then I thought that was kind of like the better side of the coin. It didn't help. It was still a pain in the ass getting that. And he only had one shot this time because his parvo and stuff is up to date. He's got 2 more years on that. He just needed a rabies shot. And it's just a pain in the ass trying to get him in to calm down, to get that needle in his ass. But we got it done, and he's okay. So next time, I don't know. I'm still on the fence, but it might be one of those things where we sedate him a bit. I don't know, like a bit more. I mean, he was groggy, he was mellow, like he even slept in, like he didn't get up that morning and that kind of thing, And I felt kind of bad because he seemed a little wobbly and stuff, and I'm like, ah, damn. But I was trying to prevent him from being so anxious and so, like I said, the visit being so traumatic for him. But it didn't work. It wasn't enough. So, do I take it further next time, or I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, he's fine. Everything's good. So there's my update from Brooks, Alberta. The next videos you see will be us heading down towards and from the desert. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you're already a subscriber, that's awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you're not yet, feel free to click the subscribe button and follow along. 23 is going to be an awesome new year. I can feel it. So hope to be sharing a bunch of stuff with you guys. Now that this pandemic BS is over, job stuff is starting to come back in. Life is getting better. Things are getting better. It's all good. Okay. Talk to you all soon. And take care. Bye. Your money.
Just a flesh wound.